Good morning, everyone. You're listening to Wham Wairarapa. I'm Hayley Gastmeyer, and welcome to the first day of winter. I've got a guest in the studio with me today. Good morning, Katarina.
Good morning.
Or do we call you Cats?
Cuts.
Cuts.
Yep.
Nice. Whereabouts are you from? As in, you're from Masterton?
Yep.
But
so I've been away and I've been back in born and bred Masterton girl, been back here for nearly 2 years.
Yeah.
So I was living up in the Waikato for 18 years.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, back home now.
Back to your roots, eh?
Yeah, back to the roots.
Nice. And so you're working with Whaiora?
Yep. Yeah.
And what's your role there?
Engaging whānau in physical activity. So I'm a community health worker with a physical activity aspect. So just trying to help whānau get moving and making better choices in health and lifestyle and so on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And how do you get your clients? Do they come to see you and say, hey, I want some help with getting active, or?
A bit of both, really.
Yeah.
So referrals sometimes come through, but it's more me getting out there and tapping people on the shoulder and creating programs and, getting out there and being face in the community.
Cool. And so you guys are putting on a month's worth of activities?
Yep, yeah. So
tell us about that.
So the Matariki movement, so created a program designed around fitness and reaching out to the whānau within the community to come and trial new things. And being the Māori New Year, I thought it would be a really good time of year, and being cold also. The focus was on Matariki. And it's basically just getting whānau to get off the couch and start making some New Year resolutions, getting all the support in the community from fitness facilities to see if they'd like to give back to the community, and they've been really awesome about that. So reaching out to people like SAS, which is Rima and Tanya, the Trust House with Debs Davidson, or Belgravia, sorry, Gerald Laloga with his zoo fitness that he runs out of, rugby clubs. We've got Mikey Kawana and Junior and Joe Nuku from up at Rangitani. They are really strong in promoting cultural identity, so I thought it was right to get them involved and on board and engage our whānau in some Te Ao Māori stuff, being Maurako. Heaps people have been really awesome. Emilio Johnson, that's just come down from Auckland and has opened up Undisputed MMA. I wanted to get him on board for him to showcase what he has here in the community. Fortitude with Zane Hockman. There's heaps that have come through and have said, yep, we'll help you out and support the whānau and give back to the community, and it's been it's been cool.
So all of these people, all these groups have sort of put their hands up and they're going to take part, and so it's like every Monday and Wednesday for a month?
Yeah, so every Monday and Wednesday at 5:30 at the Kura Kaupapa School Hall.
That's down Johnson Street, eh?
Yeah, and I'd like to thank Kura for that, because they donated us. Well, they said that we could use the hall for free, so there's no cost to anybody.
So people can come along, and it'll be one of those groups that you just mentioned, and they'll be running some sort of active class, and people can come along for free.
Yep, that's it. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. I just can't thank them all enough for stepping up to the plate and helping support whānau, especially on the east side, and the whole community. I reckon it's awesome that they've done that.
And so who can come along to these?
Anyone. So I've put the word out that it can be from 10-year-olds right up to our kaumātua. Everything will be scaled, so I don't expect our 7-year-old nannies to get down and do 10 burpees, no way. So all the coordinators know that they have to come up with some sort of a scaled version for our whānau. So I'm kind of hoping that whānau don't get put off because there's a combat class and then there's a kick fit class and so on. Like, we don't expect our whānau to stand up and start smashing pads and so on. Like, we do it just, I suppose, just do what you can, and it's basically a taste of what the fitness world's about and what's here in the Wairarapa for our whānau too.
How did you get into being into fitness and wanting to encourage others to sort of get on the healthy flow of life?
I was always really sporty when I lived here. Like, I played a lot of rep sport when I lived in the Wairarapa. And then I moved away and become a mum, and
Your kids think people can see them waving in the window up there.
yeah, I don't know. I suppose I thought I'd train myself up north. I got a little bit heavier after having children, so I decided, well, I knew that wasn't who I was, so I just started to walk down a different path, and then kind of got to where I am today, and I thought, well, why not bring it home and give it back to the people that helped me through my sporting career down here in the Wairarapa, so giving it back.
What's your favourite form of keeping fit?
Oh, I'm a carnage CrossFit girl and a Y-weight girl, so I definitely, and a bit of fortitude as well with boxing. I have to definitely say that those three at the moment, I haven't been doing much boxing, but those three are definitely my go-to places to keep fit.
Yeah. I just started doing CrossFit myself.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome, eh?
Yeah, who are you with?
Down at Facing Giants.
Oh, yeah.
In Martinborough. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just go like a couple of times a week. But how many times do you go?
To CrossFit?
Yeah.
When I'm not running programs, 5 times a week. So
choice.
Yeah, I try to get there 5 times a week anyway. At the moment, doing all the extra programs, I'm peeled back to about 4 times. So
it's still pretty good effort, especially with children.
Yeah, they love it. They're in the atmosphere and they join in sometimes when they can. And
cool.
It's cool just having kids in that environment, so it sets them up for later on in life, knowing that fitness and health is important, as well as good nutrition. And trying to really encourage whānau to look at tupuna kai, which is ancestral kai also, so going back to their roots, eating whole food and so on, that's really important, and especially in our household too. So
nice. Good mama. You said boxing, but what was the third one that you mentioned? That
Y-weight. Bevan McKenzie. Bevan McKenzie and Rachel McKenzie own Y-weight gym down in Bentley Street, which is their daughter Katia McKenzie is off to Canada on the 5th to represent New Zealand at the Worlds for Powerlifting. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's like a powerlifting. It's a weight gym, and it's just an awesome environment too. So, yeah, I go there maybe 4 to 5 times a week also.
How do you fit all this in, and you work at Whaiora?
Yeah, definitely time management.
Yeah, nice. Good on you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, who would you encourage to come to these classes? And I'll tell people when and where they can come along. But I mean, like, you can, if you haven't done any exercise before, would you be comfortable? Would they be comfortable coming along?
Oh yeah, anybody can come. It's not just for fit people. It's actually I'd rather people that haven't engaged in exercise come to give this stuff a go.
It could be a good introduction for them, eh?
Yeah, and that's what it's really about, is a showcase of what's available to whānau that maybe are a little bit hesitant, but yeah, that's why I wanted to deliver it down the east side. I just feel like I don't know, I just felt more comfortable doing it there and reaching out to the community more down that end. And yeah, I don't know, just I was brought up around that area, so that's where I wanted to deliver it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And okay, so this kicks off on the 18th of June.
Yep.
And it goes till the 11th of July.
Yep.
Monday and Wednesday from 5:30 at Kora Kaupapa.
Māori o Wairarapa,
which is down Johnston Street. And then it looks like Monday the 18th of June, there's the Combat Circus class.
Yep, Jackie from Belgravia.
Nice. And then on Wednesday the 21st of June, there's Mau Rakau Fitness.
Yeah, so it is the 20th. That's a little bit of a misprint, but it's the 20th of June. Yeah, Mau Rakau from Mikey and Joe at Rangitane.
And then on Monday the 25th, is it Zoo?
Yeah, Zoo Fitness with Gerald Laloga.
Yep. Wednesday the 27th of June is Kickfit.
Kickfit with the Fortitude Gym, Zane Hopman, yep.
Monday the 2nd of July is SassFit.
SassFit, yep, Tanya Karaitiana and Narima.
And then on Wednesday the 4th of July, there's Pilates.
Yeah, we're still trying to find an instructor there, so hopefully we can find someone soon to fill that space, but there will be something happening on that day, or on that class.
Yep.
If it's not Pilates, it could be Tai Chi. So
Nice.
just something really low impact. So we're having a mixture of everything.
Cool. And then on Monday, the 9th of July, MMA Box Fit.
Yeah, Undisputed MMA. So that's with Emilio and Jania. And they'll be bringing, even though it's MMA, I don't want people to get scared off to think that they've got to do grappling and rolling around on the ground, because that's not the case. It's just an introduction to see what his gym is about and having a go at some real light workouts, what fighters would go through also. Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one is Zumba
Zumba, yep, with Ngā Huia.
and that's on the 11th of July.
Yep, that's coming out of SAS also. So everything that's being promoted on the poster is what actually does happen here in Masterton.
That's cool, yeah.
So
people can pick it up if they enjoy it.
Yeah, and they can talk to the instructors afterwards if it was something that they were really into and they want to sign up. That's all part of the kaupapa on the night.
Awesome. And it's awesome that all of these people are, offering this for free.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's
that
awesome.
you guys have put this on.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, good on you.
Pilot it and see how it goes, and then if it's
Yeah.
a success, maybe we can look at doing other stuff the following Matariku.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Have we sort of covered all the bases?
Yeah, just come and give it a go. And again, I thank everybody that's helped me by jumping on board to deliver this kind of kaupapa out into our region. It's been an awesome, it's going to be an awesome kaupapa. So thank you to them all.
And just one last question for you. What do you reckon, like when you're doing exercise or when you're not doing exercise, like what does being active add to your life? How does it make you feel?
Oh, you just have, I suppose, more get up and go. You're happier. You're a lot happier within yourself. Your confidence is raised. I suppose it just lifts everything for your day. Your energy level, it releases so many good endorphins. You just, the day's set for you. I suppose it's hard to explain if you haven't experienced that. But once you experience that, you start getting hooked. And it only takes 10 days to start making a habit. So if you can continue and discipline yourself for 10 days in some sort of fitness way, you'll be hooked and you'll start seeing the benefits yourself, not just with weight loss and that, but just how your energy is throughout the day and so on, and sleeping patterns, everything.
It does sort of make your life better all round, doesn't it? Improves
definitely.
your well-being.
Definitely.
Yeah. Choice. All right, Katz, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
coming
Thank you.
on this morning.
Yeah.
All right, we'll play a song to see us out.
Fell in love with a boy. I fell in love once and almost completely. He's in love with the world, and sometimes these feelings can be so misleading. He turns and says, "Are you alright?" Oh, I must be fine, 'cause my heart's still beating. Come and kiss me by the riverside. Sarah says it's cool, she don't consider it cheating. Red hair with a curl, mellow roll for the flavor, and eyes for peeping. Can't keep away from the boy. The two sides of my brain need to have a meeting. Can't think of anything to do. My left brain knows all love is fleeting. He's just looking for something new. I said it once before, but it bears repeating. Can't think of anything to do. My left brain knows all love is fleeting. Is you looking for something new? I said it once before, but it bears repeating. with a boy. I fell in love once and almost completely. He's in love with the world, and sometimes these feelings can be so misleading. He turns and says, are you alright? Oh, I must be fine, cause my heart's still beating. Come and kiss me by the riverside. Sarah says it's cool, she don't consider it cheating. Don't go telling no more, don't go telling no more, don't go telling no more lies on Sarah. Don't go telling no more, don't go telling no more, don't go telling no more lies on Sarah. Can't think of anything to do. My left brain knows all love is fleeting. He's looking for something new. I said it once before, but it bears repeating. Gonna tell you what's on my mind. I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. Cause it bears repeating.
And that was Joss Stone. Gorgeous voice. Okay, welcome back. You're listening to Wham Wairarapa. Again, I'm Hayley. And we just had our guest in for the morning, so we sort of just flew right in there because, as you could see, she had her children here as well, and they all got up super early to be here, so I don't want them to have to wait around. So anyhow, Wham Wairarapa is sponsored by Trust House, so thanks a lot, and each week I come along and tell you what's happening in the region. Today is the 1st of June, and this will be broadcast on Wairarapa TV later on, so if you want to check out that interview, you can tune in and listen to Katz talk about Matariki Movement, which is 1 month of free fitness programs put on by good folks around Masterton, and it'll be happening from the 18th of June until the 11th of July, so that's a couple of 3 weeks away, but I'll remind you all about that when the time comes and next week. So, getting into our events, Yarns and Barns. That I think, does that kick off today or did it kick off yesterday? I can't say, but I'm pretty excited about all of these events. So Yarns and Barns happens every year, I believe, and it's put on by Headley's, the awesome team, Steve Trotman, I believe, down there at Headley's bookshop on Queen Street. So the event that's happening tonight at the Copthorne is Life, Loss and Love. That is the name of the book that's been written by Lorraine Downs. Now, who is she? Well, you probably already know. She's she's a former Miss Universe and Kiwi. Now, she's going to be chatting with Kerry McIver, also known as Kerry Woodham, who I interviewed about a week ago, and Kerry is super, super cool, and Lorraine Downs, my colleague, interviewed her, so we're both going to head along and watch this. So they'll be discussing Lorraine's book, which really covers Lorraine's days of her Miss Universe win to the tragic death of her soulmate, Martin Crowe, who you might know, he's a pretty famous sportsman. Now, the tickets are $20. It includes a glass of wine or juice, and students can head along for $10. Now, you can call 0800 buy Tix to book your ticket, or head into Headley's. And this is tonight from 7:45 until 9. So 7:45 at the Copthorne. Go down there and catch Lorraine Downs, former Miss Universe, and Kerry McIver, who is a Herald columnist. She's done Intrepid Journeys, Intrepid Travel, one of those travel shows. She's been on that. She's been a radio host, and she's hosted television shows, and she goes around the country, sort of emceeing events and whatnot. She's been, ever since I was a kid, I've seen she's been a personality. So now if you wanted to head along to all of the Yarns and Barns events happening, so yes, it kicks off today, it runs until Sunday the 10th of June, so it's 10 days. The season pass is just $50, and as I said, the last event was $20. Some of the events are $25, so $50 is awesome. That'll get you into everything. Go to Headley's Bookshop, 150 Queen Street, to pick up your season pass, or you can call 0800 buy ticks, and I should give you that number. That's 0800 289 849. I'll just read this out. Purchase a season pass and have access to all events being held over the duration of the Yarns and Barns Festival, excluding the Wairarapa College PTA fundraiser with Simone Anderson and Matilda Rice. So tickets must be purchased separately to that one. I'll tell you about that one soon. I've sort of got these all in chronological order throughout the week, so I'm not going to give you all the Yarns and Barns things at once. They'll just drop in there amongst the other events happening around the place. So Sunset Cinema, they've got a film screening tonight at the Carterton Event Centre from 7:30pm. It's called After the Storm. This film, I think, is Japanese and it looks really neat. I'll read a little bit out about it to you. This characteristically worldly, affectionate and wryly amusing family drama is being screened tonight, but it was part of this year's Cannes entry from the New Zealand International Film Festival's favourite Japanese director, Koreeda Hirokazu. It centres on handsome, charming Ryoto, a formerly successful novelist who pines for his ex-wife, Kyoko, and his 12-year-old son, now working as a private detective to support a serious gambling habit. He seems an unlikely prospect for remarriage, but when they are stranded together at his mother's home during a typhoon, he sees a chance to reunite. So that sounds quite neat. That's being put on tonight by Sunset Cinema at the Carterton Event Centre. It runs from 7:30 until 9:30pm. 9:45 actually. Now it doesn't have a price for this, but a membership ticket, a 3 months membership to the Sunset Cinema films is $30. I think call up either Google Sunset Cinema Carterton or call up Carterton Event Centre to find out more about coming along to this. I'm not sure if you can just turn up and pay on the door. Don't know how it works. But that's tonight. All right, Paint the Masterpiece at Ventana Creative Collective. That's happening tonight as well. This is in Martinborough. It's from 7 until 9. It's $60. Unleash your inner artist while enjoying local wines and painting your own version of a famous masterpiece. These classes are quite fun. I've been along. Join a jovial crowd with music, fun and laughs. The painting tutor will go over the basic techniques used in the painting so everyone has a fair start, and the ticket price of $60 includes a glass of wine and dessert. If you want to book your spot, I think this is quite popular, ring 06 306 9488. That's Ventana Creative Collective's phone number, and that's the number to call if you want to book your spot. You can Google Ventana and find their number on their website. So Paint the Masterpiece, Sip by Sip. It's a painting class with wine. What could get better? That's on tonight in Martinborough from 7 o'clock. Now, hey, it's Queen's birthday weekend, isn't it? Hey, we've all got Monday off. Most of us do. Yay. The Kiwi As Queen's birthday weekend. Kiwi As. This is happening at Pukaha Mount Bruce. Kicks off today, runs until Tuesday, the 5th of June from 9am till 4:30pm each day. It's going to be Kiwi As over the Long Queen's birthday weekend at Pukaha. Join in the celebration with Queen's birthday weekend cafe specials, cool as Kiwi activities for the kids, Kiwi facts to learn all around Pukaha, and the opportunity at the 12pm daily Kiwi Talk for a closer look at the Kiwi Conservation Breeding Program, Operation Nest Egg. So Pukaha are carrying on the celebrations until the 5th of June, which is, did I say that was Wednesday? No, that's Tuesday, which is not only Arbor Day and the beginning of National Be a Tree Week, but it's also World Environment Day. Cool. Now, Pukaha entry for children is $6, senior entry is $17, and the family pass is $50 or $20 for an adult. So Pukaha is always something great to do with the kids if you're at a loss. Go and get some nature reserve into you. All right, another Yarns and Barns mini a muddy morning. This is at Strang Woolshed. That's on Longbush Road, Carterton. 1686 Longbush Road, Carterton is where this one's at. It's on Saturday, so tomorrow, the 2nd of June, from 2 until 3:30 p.m. $8 for adults to get in, $5 for students. But what is it, I hear you ask? Well, New Zealand farming legend Mark Warren shares his off-roading, hill-seeking and muddy morning adventures from his book, Many a Muddy Morning, held at the Strang Woolshed, Gladstone. So that's tomorrow from 2 p.m. and it's $8 for adults, $5 for students, and you can, I guess, Google Yarns and Barns or call up Headley's or 0800 buy ticks to get a ticket to that. I'm not sure if you can just turn up and pay on the door. I don't know. All right. This is another Queen's Birthday weekend celebration. This is happening this time in Greytown. It's a whole village celebration. The Right Royal Knees Up. Greytown's inaugural Right Royal Knees Up is a celebration of our Queen's birthday and a nod to all things British. So pack your tweeds or your tiara and come stay in Greytown for the long weekend to party up royally. The entertainment lasts all 3 days with retailer royal offers, raffles, live music, special British menus, drinks and promotions happening at your favourite Greytown establishments. Plus, bring your pooch and get a very special royal pet portrait. You may also go in to win the Greytown Right Royal Pooch. So they're doing portraits. I just wrote a little story about this. It's quite cute. Get your pooch all looking roiled up, I guess, and there's a little nice throne and a well-known photographer whose name has left my mind. She will be there taking photos of the pooch for just a gold coin donation. But then I think if you want to order the portrait, the photograph, a printed copy, then it might be $25 about, but that's not too bad for a professional portrait of your dog. So the Right Royal Knees Up happening this weekend in Greytown from 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Make a Ring Band Workshop is an event happening at the Ventana Creative Collective Gallery again. That's on Saturday, that's tomorrow from 2 until 6, so it's a 4-day, 4-hour class. It is $140, but you will make a beautiful custom jewellery piece by learning the basic techniques of silversmithing. And the class that is run by Sandra Smid of Sandra Smid Jewellery. And yeah, you'll learn the basic jewellery fabrication techniques, how to saw, file, pierce and texture your ring with hammers, and you'll get to take your ring home. So all materials included in that cost of $140, and it's from 2 until 4 tomorrow in Martinborough. And if you want to book your spot, call 03, that's raise that, 06 306 9488. Now, Polymer Clay Pendant Workshop. Polymer? Is that how you say that word? Other people might know what I'm talking about. It's at the Featherston Community Centre, this pendant workshop. Featherston Community Centre on Sunday from 1 until 4. It's $25, so that's a bargain. Enjoy a Sunday workshop creating a clay pendant. Small crystals provided, or bring a treasured crystal that you'd like to turn into wearable art. Now you can book your spot here on 0800 buy ticks, so that's 0800 289 849. So that's making pendants at the Featherston Community Workshop from 1 until 4 on Sunday. Nice way to spend your afternoon. Now, fantastic fiction. This is with local author Rosie Fenwick. So Rosie is a local in Martinborough. She's lived there for 3 years. She's written 3 novels. actually, she's written 1 non-fiction and 2 fiction, so 2 novels, and she's just released the second novel, which is called Death Actually. Now, I spoke with Rosie the other day. She's actually a doctor. And Death Actually was inspired by the film Love Actually, you might be happy to know. Now, even though it's got the word death in it, and the book sort of revolves around death happening in a community, she says it's a happy book, not a sad one. Now, it's based on a woman who lives in Queenstown, and her parents die, and she reluctantly has to take over the family business and become a funeral director. So just like Love Actually, Death Actually follows this one woman, funeral director Maggie, and it follows all of the ins and people that come in and out of her life. So really it's a collaboration of stories of people, and they all cross paths, and all the stories come together at the end of the book. So this does sound like a really neat book. But about this event happening on Sunday in Martinborough at the Circus Cinema, Rosie will be having a discussion with Deborah Coddington, who is an author in her own right. She's author of The Good Life on Te Muna Road, and she's a pretty well-known journalist. So her and Rosie will discuss Death Actually and answer all your questions about the writing life. So head to Circus Cinema, where Rosie, an author and doctor, will be giving you a dose of fantastic fiction from 11 until 12. So that's on Sunday in Martinborough. And it's a free event, actually. So Why Word is putting on journalism past, present and future. This is going to be a pretty big event not to be missed. It's at the Carterton Community Courthouse on Sunday from 3 until 4. It's local media personalities discussing the role of the media in a changing world. So my boss, my editor, Seamus Boyer from the Wairarapa Times Age, he's going to be there in this panel discussion, I guess, with Carl Dufresne. He's a freelance journalist. Piers Fuller, he's a Wairarapa regional reporter for the Dom Post and for Wairarapa News. Ian Grant, who's a publisher and news historian. And then Jan Farr, she's editor of the Carterton Crier. So these 5 personalities will be coming together to discuss the world of media, the role of media in an ever-changing world. So that's on Sunday from 3 until 4. I can't give you details on if that costs or not. Sorry about that. But once again, call up Headleys and ask them about it. That's going to be a real good event, I'd say. Now, driving to Treblinka. This is by a book by Diana Whitchell, another Yarns and Barns event happening at Headley's Bookshop on Monday from 2 until 3:30 p.m. Adults are $10, students are $5. Now, Diana is an award-winning journalist at the New Zealand Listener. Born in Vancouver to a New Zealand mother and a Polish Jewish father. She moved to New Zealand aged 13. I'm going to turn mics.
You sound like you're talking about Diana Whitchell.
I am.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yep.
yes, you gave her pronunciation of the name a lot better than I did.
I don't know if I did.
So
anyway.
So she moved to New Zealand aged 13 with her mother and siblings. Her father was to follow, but she never saw him again. Oh, that's sad. The story is told in her book, Driving to Treblinka. Have I pronounced that right? Which country are we talking about?
Is that Poland?
Might-
I'm not sure.
Might be. Well, it's about Diana's search to discover what happened to her father, and he was Polish. So yes, you're probably right. And it's her father was a deeply troubled Holocaust survivor. So this is a memoir, I think, and she'll be discussing that. At 2:00 at Headley's on Monday.
She's a good writer. Reviews a lot too.
Does she? Yeah. I know my colleague Cal, he's been reading the book and he's covered it in a nice article, and
great.
He says the book's just incredible. Yeah. All right, we've got the Martinborough. Hey, Yarns and Barns.
Yeah.
It occurred to me last night when I was putting the show together, gosh, I should have really got Stephen here to talk about it.
Yes, in fact, yeah. Well, Is it still going by next week?
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah, and I might get Steve in anyway and
you
record
should.
a little special with him, and we
Nice.
can whack it on during the week.
Yeah, that's a good idea because we had him and we did a good interview with him last year.
Well, it'd be the year before.
Would it have been?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's only every 2 years.
Oh, whoops.
You've been around, Hayley.
I have been around. So, because I remember thinking I was quite daunted by the fact that we were doing that. I think you had to jump in and you were in here helping because I was very new to doing this program. I'd only been doing it for about a month.
Yeah.
Wow, so every 2 years, Yarns and Barns.
Yep.
Now, what are you looking forward to? What are you heading along to?
I'd like to see Bernard Beckett's performance piece. Mm-hmm. It's a play that he has collaborated on with one of his ex-students.
Nice.
I'm not quite sure what the performance involves because obviously it would normally involve a whole lot of students, but there are two people. I don't know whether they're kind of doing the play or talking about the play, but I know Bernard Beckett is really dynamic.
Yeah.
And he'd be great to watch, so definitely going to see that. I'd just like to see everything if I could, but we got some other stuff on, so I'll have to pick and choose a bit. I'll probably go to the debate.
Same. Yeah.
I'll kind of have to because I'm judging it.
Are you?
Yeah.
The media one? Or
Is
there
it a media
different
one?
Oh, well, I'm talking about a media discussion panel.
Oh, no.
What's the debate? Tell us about that.
It's got great people in it. Tom Scott, Michelle Acorte, Carl Stead, C.K. Stead, Charlotte Grimshaw, and they're discussing whether women write a more compelling love story than men do. You know, it's just an excuse
This
to
is awesome.
crack jokes and have fun, really.
When's this?
It's the 8th, which I think is Friday, next Friday.
Okay, yep, it would be.
So we can have a brief chat about that then, too.
That sounds good because I haven't got that included in my list of events. I've only gone up to the Thursday.
Oh, yeah, good. Well, we'll talk about it next week.
Nice. All right. Well, that sounds exciting. I'm going to kick off Yarns and Barns by going to Kerry McIver and Lorraine Downs tonight. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk about golf now. There's the Martinborough Ambrose golf tournament fundraiser.
What is an Ambrose? I read this all the time when I used to do the program. I don't know what Ambrose means.
I thought you were going to haul me up on my pronunciation. Half of these words I don't know.
I go, golf is full of all these terms. It's an Ambrose.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just telling you about it.
You go ahead.
And it's an annual fundraiser. It's happening at the Martinborough Golf Club on Monday, this coming Monday the 4th, at 10 until 4, $25 general admission. So the annual fundraiser event for Martinborough Kindergarten is happening. Enter a team of 4 players or contact Megan at Martinborough Kindergarten to be put into a team. It's a fantastic There's fantastic sponsored prizes on offer, and all proceeds go to Martinborough Kindergarten. So as I said, $25 entry fee, $100 per team, and the entry fee includes a round of golf, food and fun activities. If you want to head along to that, I guess this is the phone number for Martinborough Kindergarten. It's 06306 8085. Cool. Okay, music co-creation with Jonas Kokel. I know how to say his name because
You had him in here, haven't
he
you?
was in here last week. Did that end up going on Wairarapa TV, that one?
Oh, I tell you why it didn't. Is that somebody who had a program before you forgot to press stop on the record button and used up all the hard drive.
Oh, that would explain it. Okay, so now next time I come in, if there's no screen, that's what's happened.
I think it knows. Yeah, but weird. Look, it's not been an easy week, Hayley.
I see you've got your computer going again, but it's a bit different.
Is it? Yeah, but everything's kind of working properly now. Let me see what you mean by a bit different.
So normally...
yeah.
You see, normally we've got the big, I find it quite handy because on the top of the screen we've got the big time and I can tell people what the time is.
You can still see the time on there.
You can, but you've got to look in a different place.
Okay.
It's 8:43, by the way.
But we had one hell of a week just because everything died.
Yeah. And you were on your own because Veronica was away, so it would have been hard to cope.
Toby and John have been whipping in and out and helping, but honestly, we lost everything. In fact, this morning, I've just found in the trash bin on Veronica's laptop the Douglas Park production because we lost a lot of programs, including the Live Wires programs, and some of them have yet to go out. But I thought, I'm going to look in trash bins. And I've just found one. It's not. It's before she produced it, so I've got to go back to scratch. But don't worry, Douglas Park. Yours is there.
I was about to say, well, at least the radio was still going out live to air, but that was...
All the program makers who come in live,
but
that was no trouble.
But not the ones that are produced out of the studio.
Oh, some of them I managed.
Good on you, yep.
We had a laptop up there, and in order to insert a program, because we didn't have a scheduler, if I did have a program that was like on at 8 o'clock at night, I had to count the minutes in the songs and go, I think it'll go in about there.
Oh, gosh.
It was driving me mad because we had a lot of them.
Far out.
I don't even want to tell you how hard it was, but it's been a week.
I'm glad that I got you in to interview you about the hard life. No, you do a good job here, Michael.
Well,
here at Arrow FM.
Sometimes it's a bit number 8 wire, but we manage.
Yep, you do. Well, I'll have to leave soon, so we'll quickly talk about Jonas Kokel. He does he's from the Czech Republic, and he is an instruments man and a musical therapist, and he gets people, he's got so many instruments he can't even fit them in his house, and he travels the world just collecting instruments. I think that's just what he does. Yeah. And like I said, he's a musical therapist, and he's putting on a sort of free workshop. Well, it's Koha. And he also takes Koha donations. Sometimes he doesn't get anything. He just does this for the goodness of his heart. But he says he does appreciate instrument donations. Someone gave him a saxophone, I think it was, recently. He was stoked. So every Tuesday from 6 until 7:30 at Aratoi, he is there. Now, become a co-creator and experience the power of being in tune with others and the calming beauty of harmonies. Aratoi and Masterton Arts Fund invite you to discover...
I think Astertons is a good name.
I can't believe you just repeated that. Invite you to discover the magic of music in a unique way, not just as audience members or a performer. So pretty much everyone gets involved in this musical therapy session, and you all have a go, and Jonas will sort of, lead you on a safe and supportive journey where you can play, relax and express while having fun and communicating through sound. So no registration necessary. I'm getting very tongue-tied here. Just turn up. So again, it's at Aratoi every Tuesday, during the school term, I think it is, so not throughout the holiday season, so not throughout the 2-week school holidays, from 6 until 7:30. Whew. All right, we're nearly there. The Mahi Toi is also happening on Tuesdays throughout the school term from 9:30 till 3. So Mahi Toi, what is that? It is an educational program for teachers and students, as I said, during terms 2 and 3, on Tuesdays through Thursdays. So must be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And there's 5 programs to choose from. There's the tuku tuku, which is traditional lattice work and patterns. There's poi. There's portraits. There's kodawhai, which is cloaks. And there's huia. Now, Aratoi is presenting this unique program to learn about the local stories of the Wairarapa region through viewing taonga from their museum collection and participating in activities designed around the taonga. So I think this is something that teachers can take their kids along to, and you can learn. It sounds quite neat, really. So
cool. It does sound great, doesn't it? There's a whole range of great traditional skills you can get stuck into there.
Yeah. So give Aratoi a call if you want to sort of organise that, or you can visit this website. It's www.schoolinterviews.co.nz. All right. Now, here's an event. This is the one that isn't included in the Yarns and Barns season pass. This is Matilda Rice and Simone Anderson with MC Art Green. Now, do I need to explain who these people are?
I don't know who they are, so you tell me.
Art Green, he, I think, is a Martinborough local, but he was the Bachelor on one of those reality TV shows. Oh, right. He was the Bachelor, and Matilda Rice was the one that won him, and they're still together.
Oh, yes, I have heard, and they've written something.
Both of them have sort of used their fame to promote healthy lifestyles.
Yeah.
So they've written books on health, and I think they sort of have used their fame to try and inspire people to get onto a green sort of path.
That's great.
And Simone Anderson, she was 169 kilos, it says here, and she got on a health kick and lost heaps of weight. And now she's also a health promoter.
Right.
And she's just written a book. So Matilda and Simone will be discussing being in the spotlight on social media and talking about what it takes to enjoy a healthy and happy lifestyle. So this is happening at Wairarapa College. It's $25. It's on Wednesday, the 6th of June at 7:30 p.m. And this is in association with the Wairarapa College Parent Teacher Association. Okay. Now, Kyra, Hunting for Unity launch. What's this? This is the multimedia launch of Wairarapa author Keith Austin's young adult fantasy novel, Kyra, Hunting for Unity. Now, that transports the reader to a very different world that's both very old yet instantly recognisable. So this is a book it's a fantasy novel.
Yeah, I got that. Good on you.
It's at the Masterton District Library. I think he's going to be, the author will be chatting about it.
Right.
It's on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. and refreshments provided. Cool. Now, once a month, the Tin Hut have live music. That's happening this Wednesday, and the special guests for this Tin Hut live night are Andrew and Kirsten London, who will bring a selection of their original songs and arrangements of contemporary jazz country classics, and they'll have a CD for sale. And who else? In the early part of the show, there will be Nick Wilsden, who's a singer-songwriter, and Coral Griffiths with her bass player, and then there'll be Niles Gridge, who is a local muso too, I think. So $5 on the door at the Tin Hut.
$5, is that all? Because
That's all.
Nick Wilsden and Andrew London are nationally known
Really?
musicians. Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah.
That's quite cool, isn't it? So 7:30 Tin Hut this Wednesday night. Yes. Oh, Bernard Beckett. 2 nights,
Doing
a
his
play.
thing. Yep.
This says 2 nights is a theatrical experience created by Bernard Beckett and Anna Flaherty.
Yep.
Flaherty. Designed to get young people thinking about the way pornography is reshaping our notions and experiences of intimacy. Now it's a 45-minute performance, and it'll be followed by a public discussion, and it's just Koha entry. Starts at 6:30 on Thursday. We'll turn up at 6, it says, at Headley's Bookshop. So that does sound interesting.
Oh, it does. He's apart from being a very successful writer for children, he's a high school teacher out at Hutt Valley High. And how he manages to negotiate the kind of subjects that he does in that context is amazing. And as I say, he's collaborated with his students.
Yep. It sounds like he's talking about a very, important, hard topic probably to discuss, and turning it into a way that you can, talk about it. And, it sounds good. All right. Well, I think it's going to be time for us to wrap it up, Michael.
Yeah, you've booted through those. It's when you have a guest, suddenly you think, people need to know, and I've got to get all this stuff out there. But you've done amazingly well.
Thank you. People already know about all the markets that happen around the region.
Great.
And people can look outside to see what the weather's going to be like. It is put your headlights on, because it's very, not overcast. There's low cloud everywhere.
Yeah, it's fog, isn't it, really?
Lots of fog, yeah. All right, well, thanks everyone for tuning in. And you can catch this podcast, which will be on the Arrow FM website.
I'll be putting it up there
He'll be putting it up there. I'll get my A into G and put it on the Wham Wairarapa Facebook page, which you should go and like. And it'll also be broadcast on Wairarapa TV later today. So thanks, Trust House, for sponsoring this show. And we'll be back again next Friday from 8 a.m. And I think I've got Anne Murrell from Wairarapa Age Concern speaking next week, and Michael might get something going about Yarns and Barns going in depth with all the shows, eh?
I don't know about in depth, but I will talk with Steve at some stage before then, and perhaps get something on here.
Nice. All right, good one, everyone. Tune in again next week and have a safe weekend, and happy Queen's Birthday weekend.
See ya.